Hi, welcome back to my stamping classroom. This is the fourth card of my November class, and this is this extra special one. This is what Lisa Curcio designed, and this is called a W fold, mainly because see, you can see kind of a W there. And this will put a smile on anybody's face who receives this. Now this one's a little bit more involved in putting together and cutting out. The supplies you'll need is Night of Navy, and this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And you'll need some of this beautiful designer series paper, which is called something or other. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. You need a piece of Very Vanilla, which is 4 by 5 1/4. You need a piece of copper foil, which, notice, I cut some of those wreaths out from card number 3 out of here. I don't like to waste paper, so having a whole sheet of this behind something really irritated me, so I cut those out. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. And then another piece of that same designer series paper. See, look how pretty it is on the back. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, and this is going to layer right on top, so you won't see that big old hole in the back. You're also going to need a 1 1/2 by 11-inch piece of paper cut. And this is going to be scored at 5 1/2, 2 3/4, and 2 3/4. And this is what makes the W. So we're going to fold those back. And see, there, we've got our W. You're also going to need a piece of scrap, and you're going to stamp 2 of these ornaments and 1 of those. And I colored those with Mossy Meadow, light and dark, and also the bronze. Okay, and all I did was just fill in this part here, and then after I filled all those in, I went through on the bullet end and I just put a dot in the bottom of each one of those. It sounds worse than it is. It really went pretty quick. This one I just colored the dark Mossy Meadow around the little cross thing, and then I used the light Mossy Meadow and just outlined it. All 3 of these are stamped in Night of Navy. I guess I should show you the stamp sets that I used. That'd help, wouldn't it? Okay, this is the Christmas Gleaming, and I used this ornament and this ornament, and I also used that sentiment, Deck the Halls. This is comes as a set. It comes with 2 punches. There's a bundle that you can get, and it comes with the 2 punches to punch out the ornaments, and it comes with a pack of that brightly gleaming paper, which is quite the deal. And of course you can still buy them separately. And then I used poinsettia petals for the Merry Christmas for the front of the card. And then I used this Wrapped in Christmas. Now you've seen this before. I used this in card number 3, but I used this stamp right here. Let the joy of the season fill your heart. Okay? So, further things. This, I cut out a piece of Very Vanilla, such and such, such and such, and then the Night of Navy. Yeah, I got ink all over my fingers, and this looks a little embarrassing. Okay. And then copper foil. These are such and such and such and such, and you cut out 4 of these. Like I said, there's a lot of cutting with this card. And then you need 2 of these. This is such and such and such and such. And as you can see, I've already stamped it. And then some of this beautiful designer series paper, you need 2 of those. Okay? Now, I've already gone ahead and stamped and adhered these 2, so all we have to do is adhere these 2. Now I'm going to tell you a couple of hints here, or little tips. Okay, this is a pretty solid stamp, and sometimes you'll get white flecks in it. Solid part of it. So here's my tip. this is Night of Navy, use the light stamping blend of whatever color you're using. So I'm using the light Night of Navy. I'm using the bullet end, the little skinny end, not the brush end. And if wherever you see, there's something missing, you just put a little dot on it and it blends right in and you'll never ever see it. So there you go. And once it dries, it just blends right in and it looks solid then. So let's adhere these to the copper foil. Yeah, see on here, see this is the one that I didn't do correctly, but anyway, well, I shouldn't have added that in, so we're going to have to edit that out. So we're just going to adhere this as best as we can, and then this goes here. And these will be adhered to the inside of the card on the W. Okay, on this one, on this very vanilla piece, you're going to stamp the Merry Christmas to the right because there's going to be an ornament here. Now, tip number 2. This was a photopolymer stamp. Let's see. And just a hint as to how to mount these, because they're so twisty and turny, just put it on your grid paper and line it up, and then line up your block. Just flop it down there and just don't touch it too much. Line it up, and then you just put your block, and this will be perfectly straight then. Okay, so let's start. Let's see, let's punch out our ornaments. I'm going to use the punch here. Oops, yeah, that goes flying. And then punch out these 2. One goes on the inside, one goes on the outside. So, thank goodness we're not using the Big Shot. I love the Big Shot and I love the dies, but well, when you got a big class and you got to cut out a lot of that stuff, it gets kind of tedious. There. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble the card. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this. This is the front of the card. I'm going to attach this designer series paper to the copper foil, although this would be pretty too. So those of you getting kits, you got your choice. You can do either way, but I'm going to use the stars. So I'm just going to use some adhesive here around the edges and line this up the best I can. Now, I will tell you, Lisa Curcio did do a video on this card, and she did a much better job than I'm doing, so I am going to put her link in my description so that you can go over to her website and see her video. Okay, so let's attach this. And the reason I'm doing this now is that, so we're going to just glue that down flat. And it looks like I may have made this a little bit too long, but that's okay. We'll be fine. There. Okay. And then we're going to adhere this to the front. And this goes to the front of the card. See, already it's looking beautiful. I love the copper and the navy blue contrast. Okay, now the inside, we are going to put this on the right and this on the left. Okay, easy peasy. The worst part of this card is cutting all the little pieces out. But again, we've got to do something special for Christmas, don't we? And show the people we love how special they are, that we go through a lot of work to make their Christmas cards. Okay, so now we are going to adhere this to the middle. I want the W like this, okay? So this is the same length as the card. So what I'm going to do, see the crease there? I'm lining it up with that, and I'm putting glue here, and I'm folding this over and putting glue here. So, and we're holding it very still. I've got to stand up on this baby. It's right in the middle, okay? Want it right in the middle. And we're just going to put it down and put it down. And see, there, now it folds up. Okay, so now we are going to put our, see, I got to look at my sample here. We're going to put this here and this here. And then we're going to put this here and this here. And then we will put an ornament here, and wherever the other ornament went, here it is. That one here. Okay, so I will do that. I'm just going to put the first card I made. I did put dimensionals on here because I thought it was a little bit more accurate, but that makes a very bulky card. So I'm just gluing it flat down here. And just try to make sure you're even. Well, you don't even have to do it even across. I mean, it just makes it look more free. Though I'm going to try and make mine straight. But actually you can offset these, every other one, and that would be perfectly fine. Pretty good. Okay, and then I'm going to lay this flat here and just glue that down. Same way with this one. Now we are going to decorate these in a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to close the card, and this one I am going to pop up with dimensionals. And then here's a copper ribbon, and this comes in a combo pack, which I can't remember right now, but again, it is down in the description. And we are going to use, and I'm just going to roll this thing up and place it right there, and then just push this on there. And obviously it needs a little bit of a trim, so I'm just going to trim this just a little bit. There. Okay, now to further decorate this, I'm using these champagne rhinestones. Now you think they're pink, but actually they have a very coppery look to them. So I am going to be very generous with these, and I'm going to put a couple, well, let's just do 3 on the front. There. And then we are going to put several in here too. I'm going to put one right in the center there, and do 3, another 3 on here. And when you're putting in, you always want kind of odd numbers, but when you're doing a 3 thing, doing 3, do it in a triangle. And that's the most pleasing to the eye. There. Okay. The card's complete. There you have it. It's a very pretty, elegant card, and worth every bit of the effort to cut it out and put it together. That completes our 4-card series for November, and thank you very much for watching this. Hope to see you soon. Bye.